Thank you for joining us. So who are you? What's your major and year?
Yeah, so my name is Courtney Hodgson. My major is aerospace engineering, and I am a freshman, so the class of 2023.
Nice. What's your role in TREL?
So my role in TREL is the systems engineer for the fluids team.
Cool. How long have you been here?
I have been in TREL since the fall of 2019. So at the end of the school year, I will have been here for around 8 months. Yeah.
How did you come about joining TREL?
I heard of it. I actually researched it online on whenever I was trying to find which aerospace org I wanted to be in. And then they held info sessions. And I went there and asked a lot of questions. And then after I decided which team I thought I wanted to be on, I tried to learn as much as I could about that specific team, and I joined.
Nice. So what motivates you to be a part of TREL or a part of the team that you're on too?
Probably what motivates me to be in TREL is that I can tangibly make an impact in collegiate rocketry, which is super cool. So like what we're doing, no college has ever reached what we're trying to achieve. So that's reaching the Kármán line, which is 100 kilometers above the Earth. And also something that motivates me is gaining tangible industry experience. I think that is super important, especially because a lot of the classes we take as an engineer, sometimes they're great technically, but they may not have the most applicable hands-on experience that you would get from an organization like TREL.
Yeah, definitely. You bring up a lot of good points, and I agree that TREL has that kind of mixture of being a fully funded professional lab, but also we're still college students, so we understand that classes are going to be more technical and things like that.
Yeah.
So is there any interesting or fun stories you have from your time here on your team?
Ooh, that is a good question. Maybe interesting would be just staying up late in the trial room to finish some things like requirements or just finishing some work. And then there's always some other people staying up super late in the trial room trying to get their work done. Yeah. So I guess that's interesting. It was fun too. Trial socials, I think, are also super fun. You get to meet people that you don't normally talk to, either on like different teams or even business people that I normally do not interact with that often since I am on an engineering design team. So yeah, love trial socials. So something else that was fun, just like overall the work environment, it's a pretty lighthearted environment. Students, we all want to enjoy our time and enjoy what we're doing. The environment can be really great.
Yeah, definitely. You answered some of the questions that I had ahead. So do you usually work in the trial room? And if so, have you ever pulled an all-nighter?
Yeah, so I prefer to work in the trial room primarily because the computers that have 2 screens, so it's much easier to work on multiple things at once, especially if you're like pulling up a CAD file or something. So yeah, I prefer to work in the trial rooms. Also, I have a lot of meetings as leads. So a lot of our meetings will be placed in the trial room. And yes, I have pulled an all-nighter in the trial room. Yeah, the principal engineer, Jack, and I, yeah, we've definitely pulled on all some of our work.
Yeah. So what's one cool space thing that you are passionate about and why?
I'm passionate about a lot of space things. Something that just came to my mind was the Parker Space Probe. It's a relatively newer launch space probe that is going to the sun to collect data. And we haven't done something that ambitious when it comes to the sun. So I think that's super cool and I enjoy following it. Also, I had a presentation about that last year. Like I did a project over that. So I really like the Parker Space Probe. Yeah.
Tell me about a time when you felt success and pride about your work.
So a time that I have felt success or pride about my work probably would be talking to industry professionals about our design and our plans for what the fluids team is doing. So a lot of what the fluids team does is configure our piping and instrumentation diagram, which is PNID. So we have met with various industry professionals to go over that and to go over everything that we have thought through and just our rationale behind our designs. And by doing so, it really made me realize like how applicable the work we do in TREL is. Yeah, I felt really successful once I could talk to an industry professional about something that like they truly understand, and we both understand kind of at a not similar level, but yeah, we both understand for some level.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how are you leaving a legacy to build upon here at TREL?
So I would say that I hope to be leaving a legacy by developing the structure of the fluids team to help it run its best, at its best, and also by ensuring that each team member finds passion in what they're working on. Also, I hope to be leaving a legacy by promoting an getting work environment for my team members. And even though TREL is a very professional organization, I think it's really important that everyone can still feel comfortable and enjoy their work.
Yeah, definitely. So what's going on in the future for you? I know COVID is kind of crazy about internships and things like that, but did you have anything lined up, or are you still continuing to look for something in the future?
Yeah, so actually I do have an internship lined up that I got this spring. Thankfully, it hasn't been canceled and they don't think it's going to be canceled. So I will be working as an intern at Raytheon. Raytheon is a missile defense company. So I will be working, I think it's called the Advanced Development Group. I will be doing things in relation to some of my more physical work on the fluids team, and then I'll also be doing some controls work, so some computational work as well. Super excited about that. I'm very, very grateful to have an opportunity like this, especially as a freshman. So yeah, I'll be in Tucson this summer.
That's exciting. Have you ever been there before?
I went there for the like hiring event in Tucson because I had to like go there and have an interview and everything. It's really nice. It's going to be hot in the summertime, but I'm still really excited. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you'll be kind of closer to some canyons you can go hiking in, but
Yeah,
it'll be
exactly.
hot. It'll be warm.
Yeah.
So tell me something interesting about you that doesn't have to be related to TREL.
So something interesting about me is that I am into playing music. So I play the violin. I've played it for 10 years, I think. Yeah, and I was in orchestra all throughout middle school and high school. I took a break this year. I miss it a lot. I'm thinking of joining like a recreational orchestra next year. But I still try to practice my violin all the time. It really relaxes me. I also play the ukulele. My mom is from Hawaii, so I guess that's where that came from. Yeah, I really like the ukulele. I would recommend it to like everyone. It's a pretty easy instrument to pick up out of all of them. Yeah. Also, I can play the piano a little bit, but
Oh
yeah.
my
So
goodness.
I like playing instruments.
So much musical talent. That's cool that your mom's from Hawaii too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I play
Yeah.
the piano mostly. I wish I could play the cello or like a violin, but I've
Yes.
never tried it, and I'm like, it's expensive to buy one of those instruments. So, but
Yeah.
someone on the business team that I interviewed actually has been playing the violin for a long time. He's the head of the finance team.
Oh, really?
So yeah, if you meet with him, y'all can talk about violins all the time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as for like joining a recreational orchestra, I have a friend that's in like one of the orchestra groups on campus, and they have like concerts. And if you go to the concerts, it's really nice. So if you don't have the time to do it, you can always go and check out like concerts and stuff too.
That's such a great idea. Yeah. I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, I don't know what his group name was called, and I feel really bad now thinking about that. But I'll definitely like Slack you if he tells me that there's, or if he invites me on Facebook or something, if there's a violin concert or an orchestra concert. Violin concert?
Yeah.
Orchestra concert. Because usually those ones are free. Because I know a lot of them you have to pay like $5 or $10 if you have the base pass or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, any more things you would like to share?
I would say that for anyone interested in such a great opportunity to be in an organization like this. So even if you feel like you may not have the most technical experience to get in, or if you're a freshman, I would still recommend applying. You never know if you wanted to do something like business related, then you could maybe later transfer to an engineering position if you wanted to. Also, if you are interested in TREL, taking Rep 1 is definitely a great way to ensure your spot into TREL in a future. Rep 1 is Rocketry Engineering Practicum. It's a class. It's a really great rocketry class where you learn about the rocketry. I would just say like TREL is by far the best organization that I've ever been in. And like I would recommend it to anyone who wants to learn about rocketry.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much.